da la lum da lum da lum da lum da lum da lum da la la dum da lum da lum da lum da la 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 la.
Welcome back to the Pureheart Ranch. We'll see if Snarly's plan has worked. That pie smells wonderful. Oh, and here comes Manly Valor.
I could smell that all the way out from the front 40. Be choosy must have arrived, because that sure smells like some apple pie.
Well, if you've come in for pie, I'm afraid you've wasted a trip. That pie belongs to Mr. Snarly Backslider.
I have a feeling that news won't go over very well.
What? We can't let that scoundrel have any of our pie.
Oh, but he's not stealing it. You see, the apple trees belong to him now.
Oh.
It says so in this letter. Grandpa Pureheart sold it to him on account of he's getting too old and his rheumatism's acting up and he just can't work it anymore.
What? Let me see that. Sold it to him?
See? Right there.
Rheumatism? Prudence, how do you know any of this is true?
Well, it says right in that letter that showed up today after the mail had already come when Mr. Backslider came and he noticed it in the mailbox.
I'm not thinking that Manly is going to be fooled by this.
This isn't This isn't Grandpa Pureheart's handwriting, and it doesn't say anything about rheumatism.
Well, but the rheumatism that's why his handwriting's bad. He developed the rheumatism on the trip.
Miss Prue, listen. Grandfather has told me many times he's leaving this orchard to you. Think about it. You know he does not want Snarly to have it.
He's right, Miss Prudence. This apple orchard doesn't any more belong to Snarly Backslider than this pie does. And I'll be switched if he's going to get either one. He's a pretty mean guy, but I think we can handle him.
I think Mr. Backslider may have a surprise waiting for him when he comes back.
We'll fix it working.
Good afternoon, friends.
No.
Valor. These are for you.
Oh, why, thank you. That's very thoughtful.
Okay, now that was smooth.
And Miss B, so good to see you. I see that apple pie. Could you box that up to go? Oh, and Hardhead, why don't you move these apple orchards and their convenient little pots over to my wagon? Thank you.
He's not going to help you load anything, you slimy varmint.
That's right.
But
Everybody knows Grandpa Pureheart is going to leave this orchard to Miss Prudence.
Yeah.
You scaly snake.
what?
What she said.
And if you think you're going to waltz in here and take it away because Miss Prudence here ain't so smart, you got another think of coming.
Right.
Well, hey,
I bet you Mr. Backslider has an answer.
Miss Prudence, you can't believe a word these two troublemakers are saying, can you? Obviously, your grandfather gave me the orchard as a pre-wedding gift for you and me. See, it will, of course, because yours gift will tie the knot. And speaking of which, we need to get that wedding date set. How about tomorrow?
What are you talking about? I know Miss Prudence would never marry you, and Grandpa would never allow it.
Miss Prue, listen to me. Number one, those flowers are from me, and two, Snarly wrote that letter about the orchard.
So, Do you think she's gonna get it now? I hope so.
You are a very bad man. And I could never marry a man like you.
That's right.
And if this is what courtship is like, I'm never gonna get married.
Wait a minute.
I'll just end up an old maid like Miss B.
Now, wait a minute. Wait.
That's all I have to say about that.
I'm a little hurt.
You're not funny. But Miss Prudence, please.
I have nothing to say to you.
Finally. What about that apple pie?
Well, now that that's settled, I think we should go have some iced tea and pie.
Apple pie?
Oh, I don't mean you. You can't have any pie. Well, I can help you on your way, though, if it's time to go.
Uh-oh. As a baked potato said once, foiled again.
So he's not gonna stay for pie?
No.
And now, to tidy up the plot, I expect them to tie what happened in tonight to our Bible story. Oh, and mention the gold nuggets again. I'm not sure they figured out their real gold yet, though.
Well, before we have pie, can I ask a question?
Sure you can. I've heard you do it loads of times.
Oh, darling, that's not what I mean. I'm just going to ask it. What's that big gold thingy, rock thingy over there?
Oh,
Yes, that is a question.
these rocks? Oh, gosh. I've been digging them out of the pasture. They get in the way. This is the second one I found this morning, and it has writing on it. See? It says, "A pure heart is honest." Proverbs 12:17. And nothing, an honest witness tells the truth, but a false witness tells lies.
Well, that Mr. Backslider was certainly telling whoppers today, wasn't he?
No, he didn't want any candy. He wanted apples.
Oh, dear.
He was just lying about it like Queen Jezebel.
I know, Prudence. I know that, but whoppers means lies. It's the same thing, and he was certainly telling them today. He was trying to get your apple orchard, just like King Ahab was trying to get Naboth's vineyard.
Snarly wrote a letter full of lies, just like Queen Jezebel did. But Snarly's plan didn't work because we know the truth when we hear it.
And the truth is, I'm ready for pie. Let's go.
So, the ranch is safe for tonight. Do you think Snarly will try again tomorrow? Me too. Do you think the sheriff and his posse will come back?
We look for someone.
Do you think that they know that I really like apple pie too?
I forgot what I was supposed to call him.
We'll see tomorrow night.